Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone joining today. I hope everyone's doing well and feeling good. Today's session is going to be an all-level session. I'm going to show quite a few modifications for advanced, for beginners, intermediates, and advanced. But everyone can join and enjoy. So as usual, we're going to start off seated. So just starting off sitting cross-legged. Just keep in mind what I said in the previous video. If you need something to put under your bum or you need a wall behind you to sit up straight, please make sure you have that. But otherwise, just sitting up straight. And we start off by just becoming present first. So bringing your mind into this space, whatever space you're in, whether you're inside or outside, something in between. Bringing your mind into this space and just acknowledging that you are here and deciding for yourself that this is time for you. Anything and everything that is outside of the space doesn't matter. At this moment, we're just taking time for ourselves. Setting an intention for the practice ahead. Your intention can be anything on or off the mat. And once you've become present in your space, bringing the mind from outward and bringing it inward. So bringing the mind into the body, scanning through the body, making sure you're not holding any tension through the body. So just check through the head, maybe through the face, the shoulders, all the way down through the arms and the torso, and all the way down through the legs, not holding any unnecessary tension. We want to start our practice off nice and relaxed. Now bringing the mind to the breath. So at first we just feel the way we breathe, bringing awareness to the breath, nothing more. And then we start to deepen the breath. So taking big inhales, expanding the belly as we inhale, and pulling the belly back in towards the spine as we exhale, pushing all the air out to the lungs. And coming back and forth with the belly, breathing in and out of the nose. Feeling the air as it comes in through the body, as it cleanses the body. And then we just start off by rolling through the neck. Your hands can be anywhere you would like, by the way. It can be on your knees, they can be on your lap, maybe in a mudra. Really stretching out through the neck. It may be helpful to open up the eyes, so you can try to see as much as possible and change directions. And then we're going to start with our head over to the left. Just stretching for a little bit longer through the right side of the neck. If you would like, you can place your hand on the head, not pushing the hand down, but just placing the hand on the head, allowing it to be a gentle weight. And can roll the spine coming forward, the neck onto the right side. And then again, placing the right hand on the head. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then roll the spine coming forward. Chin comes down to the chest. And then you're going to interlace the fingers behind the head. And then same here, we're not pulling the head down, just allowing the hands to be a gentle weight on the back of the head. Make sure you're sitting up tall. You'll feel a nice stretch all the way down through the spine. And again, make sure you're taking deep breaths. And then release the arms and bring the head back. And we're just stretching through the front of the neck. And bring the head back forward, coming back to center. And then we just roll through the shoulders. And then roll the other way. Just some quick rolls. Bringing the hands behind the body, bring the feet forward, and then just windshield wipe the legs. If you're not so used to sitting cross-legged, this might be good for the hips. A little relief from the stretch that you might feel. And then we're going to come onto our hands and knees now. So in our hands and knees, we're going to go into our cat-cow. So first, making sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly looking up into your cow. Exhale, round the spine, looking towards the belly into your cat. And again, inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine. One last time, inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine. And then just gently pushing the body back, make sure the big toes are together, into your child's pose. Really stretching the fingers forward, trying to get the fingers as far forward as they can go. The bum comes down as far down as it can go. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then we're going to do something similar to what we just did with the cat-cows, just a bit more intricate. You're going to inhale, slide the body forward, the chest stays close to the floor. And pushing the body up. And exhale, coming back into your child's pose. You're going to inhale, slide the body forward, keeping the chest close to the floor, and then pushing yourself up. Inhale, up here again, and on your exhale, pushing back into your child's pose. Take an exhale here, inhale, come forward, keeping the chest close to the floor, and inhale again, up. And then this time we're going to tuck the toes and come back into our downward dog. And then we can walk the feet here in our downward dog, taking some nice deep breaths. Make sure the palms are flat on the mat, pressing down into the floor. And then pushing both heels into the floor, pushing the chest back and down. Pushing out to the shoulders, taking some nice deep breaths. And then we're going to do the same thing. So we're building on what we're doing. But again, just a little bit more difficult. So if this becomes too difficult for you, you can come back into the child's pose and do it the same way that we did earlier. Otherwise, inhale, bending the knees, looking in between the hands, and then you're going to bend the arms, come forward and up. inhale, exhale, back into your downward dog. And then we have a fourth version. So either you're going to do that again, or you're going to do the child's pose one again, or this time the legs stay straight. So inhale, on your exhale, coming forward and pushing the body up, and exhale, coming back up into your downward dog, or into your child's pose, wherever you are. So take note that our toes stay tucked. We're going to do it one last time. So inhale, exhale, coming forward, however you choose, and inhale up, and exhale, back into your downward dog. Well done. Now we're going to inhale, lifting up the leg as high as you can get it, and then bend the knee, try to get the foot to touch the opposite cheek, opposite butt cheek. And then inhale, on your exhale you're going to bring your knee into your chest, and you're going to step the foot in between the hands. If the foot ends up here, that's okay. You pick up the foot and bring it in between the hands, or you get it in between the hands, however you manage. Inhale, arms come up. And now we're in our low lunge. Make sure that you've got your knee directly above your ankle, and make sure you've got a nice angle here with the hips. You don't want to be up here. You want to feel the stretch nicely through the hips, taking some nice deep breaths. And then we're going to drop the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Right arm comes up into a gentle twist. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then we're going to inhale and do the opposite. So now the right hand comes down but behind you, and then the left arm comes up. If you can't reach the back leg, that's okay. If you can, grabbing onto that back leg. Taking some nice deep breaths. Inhale. On your exhale, we're going to cartwheel the arms, bring them both down to the floor. Inhale again, and on your exhale, you're going to slowly push and straighten the front leg into your half split. So this can be quite intense for a lot of people, so just do what you can. If the hands can't stay next to the feet, you're going to take your 2 blocks or your 2 books or your 2 pillows, whatever you need, and you're going to place the hands on the blocks. And you can be as high up as you need. You can be up here if you need, as long as you feel the nice stretch through the back of the leg. And then as time goes on, maybe slowly you'll be able to come forward. So taking some nice deep breaths here. And then if you're comfortable enough in whatever position you're in, whether you're up here or down here, you're going to turn this front foot outward. You're going to feel a nice stretch through almost the outside of the thigh and the calf. Taking some nice deep breaths, and then you're going to go the opposite. You're going to turn the foot inward. Make sure the head is relaxed. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then bring the foot back to the center. Inhale, come forward with the hips. Arms come up. And then exhale, interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head and puff out the chest. Opening up the heart. Try to get the elbows as far away from one another as possible. And then exhale, you're going to bring the hands down. This time you're going to lift up the right foot, the right hand, and heel toe the foot to the outside of the mat. If you can't see clearly, I'm just going to face you so you can see. So you're going to have it like this. And then just hold here. If you like, you can sway side to side. I often like to sway side to side in this pose. And then you can also bring the foot out to its side, really opening up through the hips. And depending on how open your hips are and how much of a stretch you would like here, you can even push out this knee. If you're very flexible, you can come down onto the elbows. And some can even straighten both arms, coming all the way down. So whatever version you're at, just enjoy the stretch. And then I'm going to continue facing you to show you what we're going to do next. So if your foot is out, bring it back in or bring it back onto its sole. And then here we have two options. Either you're going to keep the foot on the floor, or you're going to tuck the toes and bring up the back knee. If you're doing your knees, chest and chin, knees stay on the floor. If you're doing your full chaturanga, you lift up the back leg. So whatever choice you have, bring the back leg the front leg back. Inhale up here, exhale coming down, inhale coming up, and exhale. I'm going to turn onto my mat now into your downward dog. Well done. We're going to do the other side now. So inhale coming up with the left leg, opening up the hips, so bending the knee, trying to get the foot to touch the opposite butt cheek. It probably won't touch, but just, the sensation. And then you're going to inhale, and on your exhale, bring the knee into the chest, and then step the foot in between the hands, or try to get the foot in between the hands, however you manage. Inhale, bring both arms up. Taking some nice deep breaths, and then you're going to place the right hand on the inside of the left foot. Again, coming into your gentle twist. And then inhale, on your exhale, we go the opposite, so dropping the hand and lifting up the other hand. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And then inhale, cartwheel the arms, bring them down. And then we straighten the front leg into our half split. Remember, you can be in whatever position you like here, just make sure that the head is relaxed. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side. So we're going to turn the foot outward. And if your hands are out in front, you can put the hand on the other side of the foot. Breathing. And then turn the foot inward. And then bring the foot back to center. And on your next inhale, bringing the hips back forward, arms come up, interlacing the fingers, placing them behind the head, and then we lean back, opening up through the chest. Once again, trying to get the elbows to touch each other from behind. So really opening up the elbows as much as we can. Breathing. And release, bringing the hands back down. And then we're going to heel toe the left foot out. And then same thing here. Enjoying your lizard pose however you like. You can either be still, you can sway side to side, you can open up the front foot, you can come down, or whatever your choice. Taking some nice deep breaths as always. And then just prepare yourself for whatever version you're going to choose. Either the knee stays on the floor or you tuck the back toes. I'm going to leave my knee on the floor so you can see the knees, chest and chin. So inhale and bring the foot back. On your exhale, dropping down. And then inhale, pushing yourself up into either your upward dog or your cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes. into your downward dog. Taking some nice deep breaths. Once again, you can walk the feet if you like. And now with this next move, we're going to come over onto our bums. I encourage you to try the hop, but if you don't want to try the hop, then you can just come down onto your knees and make your way onto your bum. But if you're going to try the hop with me, inhale, bend the knees, looking in between the hands, and you're going to exhale, jump up, cross the legs, and come over into your seated position. From your seated position, you're going to bring the feet up, and then you're just going to hug the knees in. You may need to just windshield wipe the legs again a little bit if your hips are feeling a bit tight. So just hugging the knees in, giving yourself some love. And then see if you can balance just on your bum. So coming onto your tippy toes, lifting the feet off the floor, and just hugging the body in. Next, we're going to bring our hands underneath the knees. So if you can't do this balancing, you can bring the feet back down and bring the hands underneath the knees. And again, still just hugging yourself in. And then this next move you can do either with the knees on the floor or off the floor. I mean, not the knees, the feet. Inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to straighten your one leg as much as you can. It is easier with the foot on the floor. Just playing around with some balance here, a little bit different from what we usually do. And then we do the other side. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then we do both sides twice, so we go back to the first leg. And then release, straightening the other leg. Taking some nice deep breaths and then release. If your feet are on the floor, you can bring the hands behind you. Otherwise, if your feet are not on the floor, just lifting up the legs and then bringing the hands to the side. So if your feet are on the floor, now we just lift up the legs. And then all of us should meet here. Otherwise, if you'd like to keep some support here, you can. Just holding onto our boat pose. Make sure you're puffing out the chest. We don't want the chest to be inward. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then, because we practice the straightening of the legs, you can try here straightening one leg, or you can just keep your boat pose. It's up to you. And then you can do both legs twice. Ooh. Taking some nice deep breaths, and then dropping the knees, scooch forward on the mat a little bit, and then gently coming down onto your back. And this time we're just going to hug in one knee, straightening the other. And once again, we're going to straighten the legs. So it's a bit of a build upon yoga session today. We're going to straighten the one leg, the top leg, and then your fingers should be interlaced behind the knee. Inhale, exhale, lifting up the head, sliding the fingers up the leg until you can pull the leg in. So it doesn't really matter how high your fingers are, they can be here. You want to feel a nice stretch through the back of your leg. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then exhale, release the head, bend the knee, bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, if that's the knee that you're using. Either way, opposite hand, opposite knee, and come into a twist. Make sure both shoulder blades are grounded, the right arm is straight, and the head is looking towards the right arm, or opposite from the direction in which the knee is moving. We're taking nice deep breaths. And as you exhale, allow the body to just relax a little bit with each exhale. And then inhale, bringing the knee up, hugging it in. And then we swap knees. So first we just hug in the one knee. And then bringing the hands behind the knee. Straighten the front leg or the top leg. Inhale. On your exhale, we lift up the head, slide the fingers up the leg, and pull the leg in. Feeling a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then on your exhale, release the head, bending the knee. Bring the opposite hand to the outside of the knee, other hand comes up straight. Inhale, and on your exhale, we twist. And then the head should be looking in the opposite direction to the knee. Taking some nice deep breaths in your twist. And then on your inhale, coming back up. Hugging in the knee just for a second and then straightening the leg back out. Just laying on the floor, taking a breath. If it's cold where you are, then hopefully you've got a blanket nearby. You can bring in the knees and just rock yourself up. I've got a blanket. You can grab onto your blanket or a jersey. If you're not wearing socks, you can put on some socks. And then just cover the body. Just keep warm. And then we just make sure that the body is in the correct positioning. So the feet are laying open, palms facing upward, shoulders away from the ears, lifting up the head, bringing in the chin, and dropping the head back down. While we lay down here, we allow the breath to soften and allow the body to soften. So allowing the breath to come back to normal. And then we just do a nice quick scan through the body. You can choose to either scan from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes, or in the opposite direction from the toes up to the head. Just releasing and relaxing through each and every part of the body. Once you've done your scan through the body, we come to acknowledge that the entire body, from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes, is completely relaxed. And now that the body is relaxed, we come to relax the mind, and we do so by focusing on the present moment. And in this present moment, all that we are doing is laying on the floor and breathing. So focusing on the air coming in and coming out of the nostrils. Focusing on the belly as it rises and falls with each breath. Allowing the body to sink down into the floor, surrendering to gravity. And if you find that the mind wanders away from the breath, simply acknowledging that the mind has wandered and gently bringing it back to the breath. If you would like to stay here for longer, please do. If you're finishing off now, you can wiggle through the fingers, wiggle through the toes, flop the feet and the head side to side. And then gently bringing up the knees and turning over onto your right side. And then bringing up, pushing yourself up. I was going to say bringing up your body. And just give yourself a moment to wake up. Bringing the hands to the sides. Inhale, bringing the arms up. And exhale, the hands come down to the heart. And we do it again, arms down to the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And one last time, make it your biggest breath. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands come down to the heart. Take some time to reflect back on the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. And to thank yourself for dedicating this time to your mind and to your body. And I thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll see you next time.